Welcome to Mission Playground is Not for Sale. My name is Gabriel Medina. I'm the president of the San Francisco Latino Democratic Club. And like you, who saw the video, we were outraged. Outraged that our youth were being pushed off their ancestral playground, the playground where they grew up. And so we took action. We couldn't sleep. We did not go to bed. We could not conscientiously have a moment's respite knowing that this could happen to our youth again. So we took action, and that's what you're here for, and we thank you. Mission Playground is not for sale. So today, what we're going to hear is the youth speak. Do you want to hear the youth speak about their playgrounds? So this is about them trying to go to the soccer field and play, not just at Mission Playground, but at any playground. And when they go to play, they want to make sure it doesn't happen to them, but they want to make sure it doesn't happen to youth all over the city. Do we want this to happen again? No. Do we want our playgrounds for sale?
No. To have the strength, to have the courage to stand up against adults who came in with a piece of paper and said, you have to leave. And they said, you know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Someone decided to take out a camera to start recording it, and all of a sudden they started a movement. They started a movement. And we have parents of these kids that are incredibly proud. They were at the Latino Democratic Club last night, and we had people saying they are the revolution of the mission. They're the ones who sat in and said, we're not leaving until our voice is heard. If you go to Mission Playground and you go to the field, there's a plaque after it was renovated in the turf. The plaque says that Mission Playground is dedicated to the youth of the mission so that they always have a place to play. We need to make sure that Park and Rec is accountable. They put it enshrined on a plaque on the field. We need to not only be here, but go inside to the commission hearing and make sure that Park and Rec knows that these fields are for the kids. They are for the kids. So what happened at Mission Playground is something that struck a nerve. It struck a raw nerve. It was something that people saw and they said, I can't believe this is happening. In reality, it's a literal interpretation of what our city is facing right now. Literally, someone coming with a piece of paper who says you have to leave. I was evicted from my home. There was that piece of paper. We stood up, we fought, but it was nothing like what these kids did. Nothing. So what I want to say is that this whole situation could have turned out incredibly different. But these kids were not only brave, but they said, we want you to play with us. We want you to share the field with us. We have customs and norms in our community that say 7-on-7, first to score, that team stays on, the next team gets 7 players, and let's keep playing. But they didn't want to do that. But I'm going to say right now, it's not someone or a group that said, we have this is ours. It's the city policy that is pitting communities against each other. Pitting communities against each other to fight. To fight. But these kids said, I don't want to fight. They said, I want a solution. And that's what we're here today. We saw the video. Latino Democratic Club said, let's step up and let's find a solution for these kids. 900 people in support. 325,000 views on YouTube. It is striking a nerve with our community. So what did we do? We came up with demands through a process with the community. The first demand is that no field permitting at Mission Playground from 7 to 10 p.m., essentially the entire evening. There should be no adult permitting. It should be open for the community and kids to play. So I will say, Yesterday we met with Phil Ginsburg, General Manager of Park and Rec. He wanted to have a meeting with us. We met with him. The kids told them the story. They told them what happened. And they demanded that we need to keep this field free for us to play. Phil Ginsburg at that meeting accepted and said, from today on, there is no permitting for adults after 7 to 10. The kids went a little further and said, we play at this field every single day. Every single day. And on Sundays, you guys turn off the lights because there's no permitting. They said, what about Sundays? Phil said, let's put the lights on Sunday. Now, we appreciate that Park and Rec not only met with us, conceded to some of our requests, but that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. We need systemic change within Rec and Park. So we had 4 more demands that we presented to Phil Ginsburg and the Rec and Park. The second being that there be a community council for districts throughout the city that represented the parks and decided what the programming looked like in those parks, and on that council is going to be community members. And they're going to decide how our parks are used and how they're utilized. It shouldn't be a general policy when someone decides that maybe I want to make $27 today. $27 does not cover the cost of one of these boys getting hurt because they decided to walk home and something happened. $27 doesn't cover the cost of an ambulance if someone is injured. It's not cost effective. The benefit is keeping these kids off the street and keeping them on the field. Our third demand, and I'll go brief, our third demand is we need better safety, not only on the fields with better maintenance, but we need safety around the parks to make sure that these kids feel safe. And you'll hear from some of them, and there are some concerns about safety. The fourth is we need to ensure that there's equity in our neighborhood parks, especially in the densest areas like Mission, where this took place. Equity in the sense of investments in this community. We want to see where the money is spent. Where is the money spent? It needs to be spent in our community just as much as any other community in San Francisco. The last one, the fifth one is there needs to be bilingual staff and bilingual signs on every park in San Francisco. Every park. If we're saying we're community driven, if we're saying we care for the kids, and we can't even represent the languages that our communities speak, we have a problem. And last one of the other demands is we need a committed staff at Mission Playground to look over that field and to ensure that this never happens again, ever again. I want to thank you all. And like I said, they conceded to a few, but we have so many more that we need to address, and that's only going to happen if all of you walk into the commission hearing, stand there for public comments, and demand that the community gets represented in the decision-making process for programming and staffing, but that this never happens again for these kids. Mission Playground. Mission Playground. Mission Playground. I want to bring up the kids. I want the 3 at the end, and we'll get the last 3. So you 3 here, if you come up first. We have Hector, we have Hugo, and we have Juan. Can we give it up for the kid?
Hi, good morning. My name is Hugo Vargas. I'm from the Mission District, and this experience, has changed, my point of views, thinking that the parks were safe, that the parks were ours, and now knowing that they're selling our parks is not fair, and I go to sleep thinking, what the heck? I thought it was ours, the communities. Now they're giving it to techies. Now they're giving it to random people we don't even know. And it's very emotional for me, I'm sorry.
It's all right. Stand strong, homie. We're here for you.
Thank you. So after the video, there was an incident between one of our players. He kicks the ball, it ricochets off someone, and you know, me trying to be nice, I try to go get the ball and apologize. Connor, the guy with the contract, comes over and just kicks my back, like out of nowhere. Talking to my he just kicks me in the back, and since then I've been having back pain. So it's been like a couple months, and I go to, you know, I play soccer and it affects me so much. I can't even run. I can't move as fast as I should, and you know, it's not fair. And you know, just me being me, I was stubborn, not telling anyone that it happened, and I thought no one was gonna listen to me. I'm just a kid. No one's gonna listen to a kid. And
I'm not gonna let you get bullied. We're here for you guys.
Are you gonna let him get bullied?
I thank you guys so much. You know, it's been an honor for you to support us in this, you know, time of event. You know, and you know, I love the city. I love where I live. You know, I want our parks to be for us, not for any other corporations. You know, no more techies. I want this just for us, for the kids, for the community. Thank you again. And Mission Playground is not for sale.
My name is Hector Gomez. Go to Abraham Lincoln High School. 15 years old. And we want this park to be safe, since over the summer that was like the to-go spot after summer school. It was fun. And knowing my mom knows that I was there the whole day kept her like feeling good, because she knows I was safe there. But then once these people started coming in trying to kick us out, that wasn't fair. And we tried to we let them slide the first few times, but then, you know what, we had to stand up and do what's right for this community. And this is a safe park now. And another thing I wanted to bring up, if it wasn't for that park, where would we be at, in the community? We could be doing some other stuff other than playing soccer. God knows what. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hi, my name is Juan Galvez. I'm 17. Alright.
This is your family.
Hi, my name is Juan Galvez. I'm 17, and I'm a senior at Abraham Lincoln High School. My brother and I both started playing soccer at the age of 5 with the San Francisco Rams. During futsal season, we would go practice at Mission Playground back when it was cement. I remember playing at Mission Playground because of all the scrapes, the bruises, and the cuts that I would get on my legs from falling. But one of the best memories after practice, my teammates and I would go to the parks and have fun. As a junior, I was able to get a job as a referee at Mission Playground. I was refereeing 9 and 10-year-olds for soccer. It felt good getting money, but what stood out to me was that I was refereeing the next generation, and it brought up memories of when I was playing at that age. With all that is said, I hope you can see why we're so passionate about protecting our parks. The day of the incident, before they showed us a permit, they tried getting us out the field with intimidation, a lot of swearing, verbal abuse, and threats. At one point, someone in the video said, "Who cares about the neighborhoods?" And the answer is, we do. After watching the video, unfortunately, this is one of many incidents that happened at Mission Playground. I believe that Park and Rec really let us down. but not providing directors on site to watch the youth if anyone would have gotten hurt or if anybody was getting out of hand. Also, if we didn't keep our cool, we would have never been here today or being heard. Because this is just one of many arguments that we are dealing with today. Park and Rec needs to create a safe environment for the youth. Thank you for your attention.
Hey guys. My name is Stanley Tijerino and I go to Abraham Lincoln 2. I'm a junior. And well, basically, I mean, how do you guys feel? Let's say if you guys were in your teenager years, you guys played soccer, and after school, you know, you want to have fun. You want to release some stress from all the schoolwork and everything, and you want to go to the field. But then when you get to the field, you're like, all right, it's our fun time. We get to play now. But then someone comes up to you with a paper and just be like, our field now. You got to leave. Like, that's not fair, right? So we got tired of this happening, and we stand up for ourselves. And that's what happened. We didn't leave the field. We either played together or we didn't play at all. So that's what happened. Thank you, guys.
I want to introduce a parent perspective. We've heard from some of the youth. We're going to hear from more. But first, I would like to bring up a parent who knows the ins and outs of Mission Playground and knows the experiences of these youth from the parent perspective. I want to give it up for Bianca Gutierrez.
Hey everybody, I'm a little nervous. I've never stood in front of City Hall like this, but they asked me to, and I'm here because I am really proud of these boys right here. I am so proud of them. I'm a mother of a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, Sebastian and Santiago. We live on 20th on Mission, and we've been going to that playground since they were born, literally. And how many times I've, given them Band-Aids because they fell on that cement soccer field, and all of a sudden they put on this really nice AstroTurf, and now it doesn't belong to us, and that's not fair. Another thing I want to point out is that Mission Playground has a beautiful outdoor pool. Does you guys even know that? The only time that it's available for free swim or recreation swim is 2:30 to 3:30, and the kids don't even get out of school till 2:45 to 3:30. So it's not for us. This is not fair. We need more opportunities for the youth. After school, I pick up my kids and we want to go to the playground. They want to play. Who doesn't want to play? They're children. They want to play. I don't ever want my children as they grow up in the Mission because, first of all, I don't have any plans on leaving. This is our neighborhood, and there's no way I'm going out without a fight. I already tried to get evicted. I fought. I won. I'm that person. I'm that, and I'm so happy that somebody pulled out a camera and filmed it. And the power of social media is huge. And you know what? We gotta just pull out that camera because this has been happening to them for a long time, and finally they got sick of it. Someone had pulled out a camera, and that's all it took. All right. I just want to say that this is a mission. The Mission District is making noise right now. We've come together and we are really strong, but this is a citywide problem, and everybody in their own little areas need to come up and step up and also do it with us, because this is not just the Mission, it's the entire city of San Francisco. And it's like we've taken it upon us, but you know what, this is big. Everyone needs to step up. We need representatives from every district, and we need everybody to just come together. This is a huge problem, and if you feel like this is a problem in your neighborhood, you guys, we need to all come together. Okay, my last point is, these boys went into the office yesterday, they asked for demands, and they had a conversation, but it's not on paper, and I think we need to demand that they get this on paper, and we make this a citywide policy. This is not, we do not need to pay to play, we do not need to pay to walk, we do not need to pay to use the bathroom. We are citizens, and we have rights. So, thank you. Mission Playground.
All right, thank you so much. This is a total grass movement set up by these children. This is totally grassroots. But we appreciate a lot of you that are here today. And somebody who's always been an advocate for social justice, an advocate and preaching about the tale of two cities in San Francisco. And what we saw in this video was when those two cities collided. And we don't want that to happen again. But we want to thank Supervisor Campos for not only sponsoring us today, but for also standing up for these youth. And with that, Supervisor David Campos.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Hall, and I want to begin by thanking the young people for the remarkable way in which they handle themselves in that video. It is pretty amazing how we as adults have a lot to learn from children and young people. And, you know, I have been talking about a tale of two cities, and that's what we have in San Francisco, but I think that we also have an obligation and an opportunity to make those two cities into one city, because San Francisco has to come together. And I know that there are divisions here. You know, there are some people who are saying we need artificial grass, some people who say, you know, we need natural grass. But I think that wherever side of the issue you are, one thing that we should be on the same page on is that our parks and recreational space belongs to all San Franciscans. And so I also want to say that in some respects, you know, I think that this divide has been fueled by bad choices by a rec and park department. And in many respects, they created different expectations for some folks in the community and different expectations for some people who thought that they could go and reserve these fields online. So we collectively, both sides, need to tell Rec and Park that we want a policy that works for all San Franciscans. That we cannot be a city where you have to have money to actually access public space. And I know that there are tech workers themselves who know that San Francisco should be a city where any child, irrespective of income, should be able to use our playgrounds. And so I actually think that this bad incident provides an opportunity for all of us, tech workers, everyone involved, to come together and to say to our Rec and Park Department, San Francisco is not for sale. San Francisco is not for sale. San Francisco is not for sale. But I also want to say, and I want to make sure that we think about this today, because one of the things that stood out for me in that video, and I'm really grateful to the young people for this, they have it right. The point that they said is, why don't we all play together? Why don't we all play together? So we need to make sure that we use this as an opportunity to come together as a city, to come together, to not be divided, because we're all victims of a bad public policy. We are all victims of a policy that believes that you have to make money, and money should not be a factor when it comes to recreational facilities. Thank you so much.
And I've been going to 19th and Valencia Mission Playground since it first opened, 2 weeks after it opened. And one day, me and my friends were just playing, and we were waiting for a long time to play, and these dudes just go in and show us a piece of paper saying, "Oh, we have the field now." And then we were just we let it go a couple times, and we were no, one day we're just no, we're not getting out the field, we're just gonna stay. And then they were they threatened to call the police, and we were just no, we're just gonna stay. We're tired of this. You guys just can't just come and just take our field. We've been coming here for a long time now. You guys just can't come with a piece of paper. So and so I found out that Hotbox Dropbox made an apology to us and said that we're sorry for them, but me and my friends were talking about if we can meet with them, have a meeting with them and sit down and talk about this thing. Yeah. oh yeah, we want action. Like, we're tired of this. And thank you.
When the incident happened, like, at the park, I was kind of mad because they were kicking me out of my second home, kind of, and they started cursing me out, and I felt disrespected at my home, and I just kind of like, was like, you're not gonna disrespect me in my second home.
What they're asking for you to do is to march with them to the Parks and Recreation Commission, which did not agendize this item, and tell in public comment that for this to not happen again, they need your help. So that's where we're going in.
So I want to make sure that we're all clear, we're on the same page. When I ask a question, I need a demanding yes. Do we stand with these kids? Yeah!